I'm here in Medjugorje and I'm with, what's your name?
I am Alejandro.
Where are you from?
I am from Barcelona, Spain.
It's the first time for you in Medjugorje?
It's my first time.
Wow, and how was the experience so far?
I would say it has been a great surprise for me. I didn't expect. I just always heard some stories and some things, and I was like a little bit skeptic. But I think I'm getting more than I was expecting.
Yeah. And I think it's at the beginning of the journey now, no? How many days you have been here?
We've been here for 3 days.
3 days, yeah. So far, what do you like the best about the place?
The best, I would say, Kriševac.
The first one, the big one?
Yeah. And, well, but also the
You went
Podgor.
up barefoot?
Yeah.
I can imagine. You are the guy for that. And how was the experience going up barefoot all the
I don't know, how to say, because I have like mixed feelings.
It hurt.
I would say, like, my human part would say, never do that, please. It is very hard. But I would say that I think there was a miracle there for me. Around 2.5 years ago, I was diagnosed with a heart disease, and it's not very important, but now, but maybe on further it will be more important. But my doctor said to me, like kind of a joke, but that the results shared that my worst enemies are stairs.
There.
And going up all the Mount Kriševac barefoot, I did it almost without thinking, and I felt like, wow, if I'm at home and I'm going to the first floor and I am without air in my lungs and suffering at home, how the hell
can I go up that mountain?
Can I go up them? And I was very shocked when I arrived up there, and then when I was up, I realized how I did that. I would never, I can't do that. So why am I up here? So that was the first miracle. The second one is going down. So I would say it is a very special experience to do. Great views from up there, and for me in special, I would say I've lived 2 miracles.
Yeah, I believe. And you said something happened to you like the last years as well in the faith?
And the faith.
In your faith changed?
Yeah, it's changed because, well, I wouldn't say it has changed, it has bond. Maybe 4 years ago, I was not a believer. I was not Christian. I came from a half Christian family, but when I was like 17, 18, I refused God and I started being an atheist. And it was because of my mother. I went to a spiritual retreat where I first met God. That was my first experience with Him.
How did you meet Him?
I would say I can't talk about the retreat. It's like a spiritual retreat. I can't talk about it.
Emmaus retreat, or what?
Yeah, it's like it's Emmaus, but for the youth.
Did Père de Rivaux organize that one?
No, that one no.
But that one no. But he does stuff.
Yeah,
and say hello to Père de Rivaux, Emma de Rivaux, Emma Junior, and the rest of the family.
And
yeah.
So I can't say that experience, but it was only like it made me feel I wanted to know more. Yeah. So I started there my journey of faith, and maybe like 3 years later, I had my very first experience with the charismatics, and after that, it has been growing and growing exponentially. And now I'm here with my Catholic friends.
Beautiful.
And hoping to be here as soon as possible.
Again.
Again. I'm not leaving and I want to be back already.
Be back, man. You're on fire. And so you had, to describe it generally, you had kind of this rebirth in the spirit experience. Like you encountered God, His endless love for you. Like in a certain way.
I would say that my problem is that I know it, but it's hard for me to feel it.
Yeah.
And I feel like my faith has grown so much in only 4 years. And at first it was only feelings, and now it's more like just my head and the reason and knowing and knowing more. And
also an experience.
An experience of
It's a different,
yeah.
Feeling and an
experience. It is different. I would say like I like it more now, but I also miss kind of like in Spain we say diosidades, que is like casualidades, and Dios.
Dios coincidades?
More or less. And
coincidences in English.
Yeah, but I would say that I'm more like how do you say when someone does that? He picks an eye, no?
Pick a sign or something?
No, here, like this, picking, no? Pick an eye?
Yeah.
But this guy is like, God picks you an eye and gives you like, hey. So I miss it. I've been like, I would say, not seeing how he picked me, he picked his eye on me for around a bit of time, and I miss it, but I know my faith now is stronger than ever because I put my faith on reason and all that I've been learning.
And you have been touched deeply inside, it seems like, no?
I've been, and now I would say like I have a strong faith based on our
experience and knowledge, no? Would you say like that?
Experience and knowledge, and now what I'm seeking is once more a little bit of experiences and
deepening the faith.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And you pray the rosary now?
I pray the rosary.
You're a young guy.
Not every day. Here I do. But yes, I try. Since a year ago, I tried to at least pray one mystery of the rosary.
Good.
Every day, more or less.
It's not about perfectionism. From the heart. Our Lady says from the heart. If you feel like it,
just if you feel it.
Or it's in the move spirit.
Just if you feel it.
Confession is a big thing in Medjugorje. How is confession for you? Are you scared to go to confession, or how is it for you?
Well, we had like when we first arrived, I was telling them on the airport, the first thing I do when I come here, I have to go to a confession because I'm not in grace, so I don't want to be with no grace here. And I first arrived, and we met a priest. ¿Cómo era? ¿Qué fue? Por la noche, ¿no? En plan, it was very late at night. He was going to have dinner, and I would say I don't want to disturb him. So maybe tomorrow. And the next day, tampoco fue, ¿no? Fue ya ese día. So the next day, we went to the church.
To the church.
And we saw the confessionaries that were there, and priest confessings. And they found me a priest.
And you had to go.
Padre Francisco. Padre Francisco from Portugal, and I could have him confess.
The Franciscan monk. Francisco, this one?
Yeah, Francisco monk, and from here.
From here, yeah.
He's been here 35 years.
Yeah, exactly. Beautiful man, beautiful priest. No?
And very wise.
Yes,
yeah, he helped me a lot, and it was very special because for quite a lot of time I have been kind of out of the way of confession. And every time I had the chance, I don't know why, I felt like my heart closed to the confession. Maybe I was looking for the confession, but I was never like, no he hecho examen de conciencia.
You didn't have the confidence to go?
No, examen de conciencia.
Like the, how do you say, the examen?
The preparation. Examen de conscience. Yeah, I haven't done it, so maybe tomorrow. And the next day, wow, it's too late. Maybe tomorrow. And it was like this, for about 3 weeks or a month. And I was here, had the chance with the priest when he was going to dinner, and I said, well, don't worry. And I was like kind of running away from the confession. And when I had it, it was like maybe the second or third very special confession in my life. Wow. It was like very nice.
And you feel, I see you shine, you're happy, free, you're laughing.
Well, also thanks to them.
And the effect is good, no? When you,
what?
The effect of going to confession is good, no? You feel free, light.
Yeah, you feel light. You feel like you can go flying.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, there you go. And
I'm sweating.
what would you tell people? Why come to Medjugorje, by the way?
Why come to Medjugorje?
What would you tell them?
Because the soup is very good here.
Soup? Which soup? You said soup is good?
The soup is good.
Which soup did you eat?
I don't know, but it was very good.
It was very good in the hotel, or where was that?
Yeah, we are staying. We have like soup every meal we have. And it's very good. Very good. I don't like soup. I don't.
Publicity for that hotel.
To Zoran Ljubitska, no?
What's the name of it?
El hostal es it's a pension, no?
Sí, but
It's Ljubitska.
no.
Zoran. Espérate.
It's closer to no, porque no es el nombre de verdad.
Doesn't matter. So generally, the food in Medjugorje is good.
Next to Petkovic. Next to Petkovic,
Okay.
a very beautiful lady named Ljubitska. We were staying with
And the
her
soup is
family.
good.
And the soup is very good.
Así que recién para
Pray for her, please, and for his
Yes.
family.
I think for all the people who work here, that do tough jobs, work long hours, and it should all of them who are working and
Yes, having here, God.
pray for them. And favorite saint, you got one?
I do have.
Which
And
one?
it's Saint Joseph.
Saint Joseph also. You did the consecration as well.
We are consecrated him. Yeah.
Beautiful. And why for you Saint Joseph?
What was it?
Why Saint Joseph?
Why? Because he's the saint of saints. And we all men, we should be more like Joseph.
Yes.
Also,
We all of us,
yeah.
yeah. Because it's a fight for the manhood somehow, you know. We see it in society. It wants to be. They want to destroy the image of a good man.
we men like Joseph and women like Mary.
Like Mary, yeah. Saint,
That's
be
it.
good people, patient, kind, no, not violent, you know.
He has everything well, good.
Yeah.
Everything.
And you have a favorite Bible verse? Just the same.
I
so that you don't
have different.
different
I would say.
Just one puppy. Wants to say the same thing. No.
No, there is one. I think it's Proverbios 27,
Proverbs?
more or less. That
Yes,
is,
it's good. The sense.
and it says in Spanish, I don't know how, pero era el que cree en su propio parecer es imbécil, es idiota, algo así decía.
The one who believes in his own strength, kind of, yeah, he's an imbecile.
It's an imbecile, yeah.
But it's true. It's true. And did you make the experience that when you are in the will of God, that you are in peace and joy? When you are out of the will of God, that you're not in peace and joy?
For sure.
For sure. You made that experience.
With no doubt, yeah.
Oh, no.
I've had my highs and lows.
Yeah.
And look at it.
Yeah, look at him. Yeah. Over there. All of us have these highs and lows.
No, because he had tattooed. God's greater than the highs and lows.
What does that mean?
God is greater than highs and lows.
Beautiful.
And
What is that greater than?
yeah, because I have had my highs and lows during these 4 years, and every time you are low, you always wish you were with God, and you want to return. You I would say like God's like a good drug because it makes you an addict, and every time you are like without him, you want him and you need him, and you try to go to him.
Back again to him, no? Beautiful how you said. Because he's pure love, no?
Pure love.
Joy, peace, happiness, all we want is there, no? We look at drugs, we look in sex, we look in discotheques, we look everywhere, but it's not the true thing.
No.
And it seems you found the true thing.
Yeah.
And tell the name of that retreat. I think we should make publicity.
Ah, yeah. This is called Effeta. Effeta is nowadays around Spain and also in Latin America and also I think in USA. I don't know. Is there any website? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, official website there has to be. Or maybe if you look for it.
Emmaus retreat? Does it call that?
It's exactly. Like Emmaus, but for youth people. Yeah. Maybe around, depends on the area, but 18 to 28, more or less.
Okay, and that's called Effeta?
Effeta.
The retreat.
Yeah, and the Emmaus is for?
It's for the older ones like me, it's Emmaus retreat. Herr de Ribot, he said that he really wants to catch me to get. So I took the big retreat with Our Lady in Medjugorje. That's a good one too. So.
Okay.
And do you have anything to say at the end for young people about your journey?
I would only say go God.
Say go God.
Go God. Go God.
Yes. Oh, thank you for that interview.
Thank you too.